We got the bubble guy. What the hell is
What
this?
is the bubble guy? I saw
know.
that on the sheet on our curriculum or our pattern or what do you call this?
He tried to run the path of the Bermuda Triangle in a giant bubble on top of the surface.
But the
of the
Bermuda
water.
Triangle is
outta
really
here.
big.
All right, hang on.
3,000 miles total.
So this guy tried to get. I saw the picture of this guy. I didn't realize what this story was. He was in a giant plastic fucking bubble running on top of the ocean, and he tried to run the whole.
He tried to run the path of the Bermuda Triangle.
But did it have paddles
Get
on
outta
it?
here.
Did they have paddles? Because that might
No.
be doable if it
No,
had
it
paddles.
was
Look, show him
it's
the
a
picture. It's just a
floating
fucking
orb.
bubble. It's a giant
And he-
It's
plastic
completely
bubble.
smooth.
He was running in it like a
No, it has
like a
paddles.
hamster
It has
ball.
paddles.
It kind
yeah,
of.
it goes in a direction. If
But
if that
it
was
works
me,
like a hamster ball.
I would have did it in
Yeah.
a big giant piece of plastic shaped like a fucking pyramid. And I would have fucking just tumbled my way through the whole fucking trek.
for 6,000 miles.
You got it. But then you'd have to change direction every flop, though. You'd have to change your push. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's a pyramid. Just
World's
imagine
most
it.
inefficient sea travel.
Dude.
Wait, but the funny thing about it though is he only lasted 3 days and he only made it 70 miles.
So what are we talking about in terms of percentage? What are
What a
we
loser.
looking at?
Hold on, let me get
That's
Hang on.
less than
No, let's
that's
see.
less than 1%, isn't it?
This guy's name was Reza Baluchi. He was on a mission to trace the Bermuda Triangle. 1,000 miles to Bermuda, 1,000 miles to Puerto Rico, and 1,000 miles back to his starting point.
How was he
in
supposed to
He
navigate?
started in Florida. He was an idiot. It didn't matter.
It sounds like he was trying to go for the most whimsical death of 2014.
Yeah, he was definitely trying
Yeah,
to go
it's
for most.
not even on the
whims-
scale. The 70 miles is not even on the scale. It's 0.02, right?
What did he make?
That's
Jesus
2%.
Christ.
He made a little over 2% of the journey. He wanted to do it to raise money for needy children through his charity, Plant Unity. But on Sunday, 3 days and 70 nautical miles into the voyage. Holy fuck.
Is a nautical mile the same shit?
This would have taken him almost a year to do. How was he planning on sustaining himself?
He brought some belongings.
Some fruit roll-ups and a pack of smokes.
Protein bars.
He got protein bars, bottled water, a satellite phone, green card, and passport. What? He had planned to run from Florida. Wait, hang on. This guy's fucking great. He planned to run from Florida to Bermuda inside this hydropod, an inflatable capsule made of plastic, 3 millimeters thick. He would move at night and sleep in a built-in hammock during the day. I mean, don't get me wrong. That sounds fun as shit. I mean, that sounds awesome.
How do you keep your thing
but
from tumbling to sleep in the hammock?
You don't care. You just drift. I mean,
No, I mean, the built-in hammock, how does that work inside of a bubble?
what do you mean? You're just floating, and your
You
weight
just-
your weight holds you in place. I mean,
Well,
you're-
if you have 2 points at any point in the circle,
yeah, he's right. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
and you hang there, you're gonna just stay in the middle. Yeah,
Well, the
Right.
waves might flip you over, though, no?
no, it's not gonna happen.
I think it might.
In extreme fucking circumstances, probably, but
He's in the Bermuda Triangle. That's the most extreme ocean, except for South America. Except for between South America and the Antarctica. That's the most extreme place ever.
He could get knocked over by a ghost ship.
yeah, exactly. That would be my main concern: is getting sucked into the hull of one of those lost 1940s fucking ghost ships. You get on there, right? You think everything's normal. Oh, thanks for getting me on here.
Pirates,
You
dead
start
pirates.
you start sailing for a little while. What happens is you go down, into the dining room or something.
To the bowels.
The lights do that thing where they flicker and you see everybody's transparent, okay? And then all of a sudden you're in a fucking ghost ship and you look the lady you're with who you've been kind of hitting it off with this girl, and she kind of looks at you knowingly like, yes, you're on the ghost ship, and you're like, now what? Well, there's no way off the fucking ghost ship. You got to find some crazy way. Your partner in your TV show has to come save you.
Shouldn't have been hamster wheeling it across the ocean. The fucking first goddamn place.
I thought you met a 7-foot-tall, one-eyed giant named Sloth.
Yeah, that was what I meant. The Coast Guard has not said what the rescue cost, but it used an HC-130 airplane, which costs about $20,000 per hour, and an MH-60 helicopter, which is $14,000 per hour.
Oh, wow.
So are they trying to make us feel, mad at this guy? I'm not mad at this guy.
He gave it the
No,
old
this guy's
college
awesome.
try.
Gave it a try. Bellucci, 42, climbed inside the vessel on Wednesday with few belongings, all that shit we mentioned, protein bottles, protein bars, whatever. The U.S. Coast Guard first located him on Thursday. So wait, he made it one day? I thought you said 3 days. After someone called about a reportedly disoriented man in a bubble near the wait.
Yeah, got this guy out here. He's in a bubble trying to run
like,
across the ocean. Please, yeah, he seems disoriented.
Yeah.
This again?
Why wouldn't you help him?
This again. Yeah, this is a fucking guy running across the ocean. Take out
If I had a nickel.
Take out the $14,000 helicopter and get to work. What do we pay you motherfuckers for? The Coast Guard said based on so the Coast Guard located on Thursday after a disoriented man in a bubble near the Miami coast started asking someone how to get to Bermuda.
wait. He asked somebody on a ship how to do it, right?
He asked somebody on a boat.
It wasn't somebody on the
he's
land.
he's running across the ocean and he stops somebody and says, "How do I get to Bermuda?"
Did he not bring a compass or?
How do you? What good would that do you? I mean, like you're in a compass. You have a compass still. How the fuck do you know where you're at? I mean, you need serious GPS for this.
So he was disoriented, not like in a weird mental way. He was disoriented, like he didn't know which direction he was going. Right?
Probably both.
Probably.
So,
both.
Very well thought out.
yeah. Well, according to Bellucci, he said, "I did 2 years practice for this."
Where?
Running in a hamster wheel.
Would he suck water out of one of those giant metal straws?
So
metal straws.
Well, they got that whole little canister, and they've got like that little metal thing you gotta suck the water out of.
Like the hamster.
Like hamsters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. The ball bearing that allows the water to pull through when you
It
push
kind
it.
of makes like that
Okay.
very light clang
So
sound.
this is funny. This is funny. The guy turned down. Did he have a radio with him? I forgot if we put that in
Satellite
a satellite phone. So he. I don't know. This article isn't clear about who he asked for directions. But then here's the audio. He called the Coast Guard, or the Coast Guard called him, or whatever. And the Coast Guard said to him, "Based on this information, do you wish to stop your voyage and embark the Coast Guard vessel?"
Embark.
Yeah, that means get on to the Coast Guard
Yeah,
vessel.
I know, but why don't they just say that? You want to?
Because it's a boat term.
Yeah, dude, seriously, who cares? The Bellucci said, "I did 2 years practice for this." Coast Guard said, "I understand you've been practicing 2 years for this, so you are declining to stop your voyage at this time and embark the Coast Guard cutter?" Bellucci said, "I don't know what I can do. You can either," here's the Coast Guard, "you can either stop your voyage and get on the Coast Guard cutter and come back to shore, or you can choose to continue on your trip, but the Coast Guard cutter will be leaving." Bellucci said, "Okay, I'm continuing to go." He turned down the rescue until 2 days later. So he got contacted 1 day after he left, and he went another 2 days like an idiot, thinking he could run across the ocean.
It was probably
Fucking moron.
it was probably hotter than
the
shit.
fuck is
that
going on
fucker,
with
too.
this guy?
He's probably got a lot of pride.
It's at 120 degrees in the fucking daytime.
Good God.
Holy fucking Christ.
Oh my God. He was probably slipping on his own sweat.
Just imagine
I'm
what
not
it was
kidding.
like in there. He's just baking. And then he's sitting there. The second day is what I find the funniest, because you've been through the first day. You now know how hard it is. You've talked to the Coast Guard, and you know how far you are from what you're supposed to be doing. And they tell you the information. You're like, nah, I can do this. That hour after he turned down the rescue, that's got to be the funniest fucking thing. He must have been laughing his ass off in there, going like, "I just turned down the Coast Guard rescue. I'm running across the fucking ocean. I'm out
was
here
running across
the sun."
the
Yeah, you know how hot the fucking sun must be out there, just in a plastic bubble
God.
on top of the ocean, just reflecting light straight back at you. You know, I mean, this guy is probably my new personal hero.
We should get him on the show.
It would be fresh
Put
if
him
he
as
got
as a future guest idea.
Yeah.
please.
Maybe running was the
Yeah.
mistake. Maybe he should have been power walking across the ocean.
that probably
Just
would have
going
been
like
a better.
this.
You know
with
what?
his arms.
When we get him as a guest on the show, you can come back and give him your advice on how you would have traversed across the fucking ocean on foot. that's something we'll get in the
Well, it
works.
costs like 70 grand from the Coast Guard or whatever. He could have bought a yacht for that and like fucking drove it.
Hey, we still got somebody on the phone.
Just like,
Wait, phone guy. What's going on? Who is this, Dan?
yeah.
One of our regular callers, Dan, out in Carroll Stream. We have about 10 different callers. That's about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now. For now.
What do you think about this bubble fucker?
I'm fucking looking at this thing. It looks like he's running inside of a snare drum or some shit. It's weird looking. Just hop in my bass drum and run across the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
What the fuck is weirdo?
There's a mouse in your drum kit.
3,000 miles on land. Like, what the fuck makes
Right,
you
exactly.
fucking think
Who
you can
runs?
do it?
That's a great point. Why don't you try running 3,000 miles on land first? Yeah, and then multiply that amount of time by 75,000, and that's how long it'll take you to run on the ocean. Like that is a great
Well, the part where
point.
it's like he'll cool himself in the ocean attached to the bubble with a leash.
See-
Like, this fucking guy.
Did it say that in the article?
Yeah.
That's fucking great. I didn't read that part. That's fucking hilarious. That is a good plan. That's what I would do. See, I would have a zipper on the bottom. I would plan this totally wrong. I would be like, I'll just slip out the bottom for a quick cool down, and I'd open the zipper, and my whole bubble would fill with water. Fucking sink and get eaten by a hammerhead shark immediately.
It's about how well thought out it was. Though.
First day, yeah. I would have been even worse. I would have brought a bunch of weed, and the first 20 minutes out, my whole
Burned
thing,
a hole.
my whole, I would have tried to clear out a bowl and just burned a fucking hole through the side of the thing, or it gets full of. I've done this in like a closed back of a van before. Don't ask me why I was in there. I was hiding, and I was trying to smoke some weed. But I've smoked weed in like the back of a closed van. You take like a few hits and you get like closed in by smoke. It's bad, you know. So imagine out there in your bubble, you can't get high. You got to take. Imagine getting high. You got the bubble, all right. So you got your weed, and even if you have your weed in like a sealed plastic bag, you have to get out of the bubble into the water with your sealed plastic bag. Tread water. Hold your arms up. Get the stuff out of the bag to somehow light it while you're holding it out of the water the whole time. It's got to be hard as fuck to get high while you're running in a bubble across the Bermuda Triangle, you know? Doesn't it?
It appears to be pretty easy to get drunk though. He could have brought a bottle and got wasted.
That's what he should have. That's what I
He
wish.
should have brought like a bottle of SoCo or something.
Yeah.
Just like
I wish that was the story. Like, he departed 6 hours later. They found him drunk as fucking, and you know, they found
10
him.
minutes away.
They found him drunk as
Crab
fuck.
fisherman,
They found him in Corpus Christi, Texas. He just got drunk and floated through the Gulf of Mexico, fucking washed up on shore. What?
I'm sure this
Sweaty
is a really
balls.
dumb thing. This guy.
they asked him to
What
walk
else is
across
this
the
idiot
ocean in
doing?
a straight line.
Yeah, sir. Can you get back in that thing and walk in a straight line? Like,
Now touch your
just fucking
nose with
takes
both
off.
hands.
whoa.
Jesus Christ
Outta
could
here.
have did it,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Why can't you be more like Jesus? All right. Well,
This
we got a
guy's
couple
his own
more.
website and everything. Huh?
We got a couple more things.
What was that?
What do you say?
I said this guy's got his own website and everything.
Oh really? Let's call
Yeah.
it. Can we call this guy right now?